Hey everybody, this is Cody.
And Sean?
This is the place to hear about the paranormal, the supernatural,
And everything in between.
Yo, 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 what up, guys? It's the new reality here. How's everybody doing?
Yo, it's me,
I don't know who me is. Who is me?
Sean.
Oh, hey, Sean, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
You know, it is a fantastic day. It's a wonderful day. And for those of you in Southern California, it's finally cooling off.
Holy crap, it's been 100 plus for how long?
Dude, I can't do it no more. As soon as I put my uniform on, I just sweat. It's disgusting.
It's awful. You know, I keep reminding myself why I came up to the mountains to live.
Yeah, you're an asshole.
It's beautiful up here, and you should visit more.
Right. What, I think the hottest it gets here is, 85?
Yeah, maybe.
Or is that pushing it?
No, yeah, 85 is pretty hot for us, but
No, but it's been crazy, right? And then we've had weird thunderstorms or rain, and it just needs to make up its damn mind, really.
You know, I like the thunderstorms and rain. I don't know what it is about, flashes of light. I don't know. I just like it.
Hey, what's up, guys? We got a great episode for you. Go ahead and follow us on all our social media. You can find us on our website at thenewreality11.com. That has all our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all that jazz on there.
Yeah, rumor has it we're going to do some different things on our website.
Yeah, we're going to be revamping our website here today, actually, so that's going to be fun.
Can hardly wait.
Yeah, we're going to change a lot of things on there. It's going to be more simple, really simplified. I really think that's what captures audiences more, so
Yeah.
we're going to try that. And obviously, if you want an investigation, you'll be able to click on there easy and find all that jazz.
Yeah, that's the thought. I mean, really, the new reality is about doing paranormal investigating, and we really would like to do the personal cases because we're doing this to help people. So,
Absolutely.
bottom line, we're going to set it up to where all you got to do is click on something and you're able to contact us, and that's really what we're looking for.
Yeah, no, it's going to be great. We're excited. We got our spooky music in the background. We got our energy drinks. We are ready to rock and roll.
Let's freaking do this.
So, I do want to touch on the fact of what a damn week it's been, though.
Oh my God, dude! Friday the 13th. Let's
What a shit show.
Yeah, and a full moon, and I'm gonna go ahead and blame it on the full moon because that's my thing, man. Friday the 13th, we just put a lot of energy into that, and I think 13's a lucky number,
Yeah.
not necessarily an unlucky
Well,
number.
not this Friday the 13th,
Holy
man.
crap!
I mean, I was late to work, and, we've talked about this. I cannot stand being late somewhere. I'd rather call off.
Yeah, it throws you off, right?
Oh, it throws your whole day off. And I know you had a freaking instance at work that you couldn't stand.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, and I won't go into detail because, Anyway, I was outside of, excuse me, I was really outside of my norm in the situation, and I'm still kicking myself. But yeah, Friday the 13th, I knew it had something to do with just the energy in the air.
Can we just call it a bunch of bullshit?
All of it.
But we're on to bigger and better things now. It is Saturday, thank fucking God.
Holy cow. And we're in Wrightwood, so it's only about 78.
Yeah, no, it feels amazing up here. It's a great day to do podcasting. Yeah, let's get into it, huh?
Yeah, let's do this.
So Sean and I did some talking this week, and we're like, man, what do we really want to talk about? What do we want to really set our intention on? And I think we're going to lead into what our protection is, right, which is angels.
Absolutely.
But we're really going to dive deep into that. But I think we should back up first, at least to where we started, right? Because I know when I first started paranormal investigating, my protection was not angels.
Right.
I don't know about you, but when I first started, my protection was just straight white light, which is fine.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's great. You can do certain things with that, and it's just a blanket statement of everything out there. Everything's a tool. Your attention has everything to do with protection and everything in that aspect.
Well, I think you were really exploring what it was, what white light is. I mean, that can easily become an angel.
Absolutely.
And I think angels present themselves as white light, and they think the wings is just more of an expansion of light. But I totally understand what you're saying. Mine went way deep. Even in the religious quote unquote air quotes, I met that light. I met those angels. I'd be out, in the audience and feeling what I thought was the Holy Spirit, right? And I mean, that's a label, but I was physically feeling this around me. So I truly believe that angels are around us all the time. But in my path, they were around a lot, and they were helping me guide me to where I am today.
So I'm trying to think of what was the point, or what was the teetering portion when we actually kind of both coincide with each other and actually brought in the angels. I'm trying to because there was a specific time, and I think we have the same
situation. Absolutely,
the same situation. But it's just weird leading up to that. Like, there's so many different studies, and there's so many different protection aspects and different avenues you can go through. And I mean, for a point, I didn't even know what the hell protection was. I took lessons from my cousin who, in an earlier podcast, she said she did shielding. So I was really good at shielding at one point. I would do different types of shielding and learn that aspect of protection, if you will. And then I started getting heavily into meditation, and then we did the white light, which I thought was fantastic.
Yeah.
But I really like what you said earlier. White light is a blanket statement, but it really essentially is angels,
and it blankets everything. It really does. And white light, if you blanket yourself with white light, you're for sure protected.
It's that divine space.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you sent something to me in a text that had to do with what we are and what we're made of. We talk about what 99.99% of us is empty space.
Right.
Where we're energy bouncing all over the place and creating a single thing, just like the planet and probably everything around us. We're just a cell in this reality. You know what I mean? But kind of getting off track. But I think that the angels are there to really just protect us, especially ones that are going through different or going through extremes. I've seen different videos and whatnot where you physically see something that's there, that's light,
right,
and it's shaped as a person, and that we all know that as an angel.
Right. And what's weird is going through the different levels of your life, I'm going to say, or different experiences.
Right.
I started working really, really closely with Archangel Raphael, and that was that healing aspect ever since Sedona, when I got attuned to Reiki, so I used him for a long period of time. I'm not going to say I don't anymore, but I'm saying he was really prominent at that point in my life. And then I kind of transitioned once we started getting more heavily into ghost hunting.
Right.
Transitioned into the protection, which brought in Archangel Michael.
Right. So, I honestly believe, because you were learning the core of yourself as far as the healing the aspects of who you are.
Right.
So, and I felt, again, there's this, you and I have a strong connection with archangels, and it seems that we work together, and before we even came together, there was a lot of just emphasis on archangels. Raphael, I remember taking a picture of this place that I live in now, and there was this green blanket of energy over the whole entire property. It was the weirdest thing.
Healing.
Yeah, and that told me right away it was Archangel Raphael. But again, you and I both have healing properties. Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. And it has to do with our sensitivity. But right now, we use Archangel Michael because we get into some ugly situations that are in different locations.
Well, how many readings? And you can believe what you want, but how many readings have we had where the person reading us said, "Oh wow, you guys have ties to angels," or "You guys had past life as angels," or blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Worked with angels.
More often than not, that's what we would get.
Right.
With the exception of few, I know, didn't somebody say you had ties to Atlantis or something like that, or I.
Yeah, I probably didn't believe it, and that happens. You do go to people that don't really pick up on your energy.
It's all about what you resonate with. If something feels right to you, it's probably the right thing.
Right. Right. Your inner feeling. It just I'm all about feeling. If it feels right to you, then it's probably your truth. And
right.
I say your truth for a reason.
Yeah, and just bringing it back to the paranormal aspect when Sean and I, I think it was before the New Reality, when we were just kind of doing our own thing. We went to this graveyard in Victorville, and we weren't even really investigating. I don't think we were just kind of
wandering around.
Just wandering around.
we had our equipment.
Right, we had our equipment, so obviously
we were investigating.
Of course, we bring it everywhere we go, though. No, we're over. Do you remember we're on the far southeast side, and I'm like, I get a strong sensation of Archangel Michael.
Yeah.
And then a fucking blue orb appeared. You remember that?
Yeah.
That was insane.
Yeah, and the thing was the K2 kept going.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I brought up, what was it? I said something about Archangel Michael. It had to do with, that's what it was. There was an ex-employee that I was working with, and I was talking with her through some of the things that there was a loved one that was around her that had passed away, and she was a dancer. She's like, oh my God. Well, when I was talking to her about that, all of a sudden I saw a blue orb shoot across the floor of my room upstairs in my other house that I lived in, the rental. And I knew that to be Archangel Michael. As soon as we said that, we saw blue orb there.
Yes.
And we knew right away, because we were talking about Archangel Michael, and here's a blue orb.
So it was almost like if we call upon him, he shows up type of thing?
Yeah, no,
I mean, remember Boron Prison? That was freaking insane.
Yeah.
That was 100% Archangel Michael. I guarantee it. Like,
go briefly over what that was. I mean, in case listeners.
Yeah. So new listeners or old listeners, this story is just great to tell. But if you're, or we were at a place called Boron Prison, which is heavily known for paranormal activity. It's actually torn down now, but we were there and we were doing our thing, and there was a kind of a nasty, malicious spirit there, kind of the head honcho of the ghost, if you will.
For sure, following us around.
For sure. I had trouble breathing. Felt like something was around my neck. Even like I had to really center myself and really ground myself, and finally tell it to get the fuck away.
Yeah.
Which it did, but we both still felt it near us, or kind of following where we went.
And the K2 was going off too.
K2 was going off. Yeah, to back up on that, when I was having that issue breathing, Sean would bring the K2 out, and that thing would spike up in the red. Do we have video of that?
No.
No.
I think that was just an investigation.
Just an investigation that we did. Yeah, I wish we did, because that was pretty cool.
No, it was.
Even the place itself was cool. Like just the old buildings and the torn down and
yeah, just graffiti, whatever. Just it definitely gave you that spooky aura feel for sure.
Yeah, but so going back to the investigation, so we were doing our thing and we decided to leave, and we go outside and we do a protection prayer before and after investigation every time. And Sean and I start doing our prayer, and we start saying different things, and I forget what did you say? You said
we closed our eyes, and when I said something, I brought in Archangel Michael.
Right.
I said, Archangel Michael cut all ties.
Right.
And that's when we saw the flash.
That's when we saw the bright flash.
I was still talking, I stopped and went, what the fuck is that?
Well, we both opened our eyes when that happened, because I genuinely thought somebody was here, like security, or somebody was fucking with us, and it was pitch black.
Yeah.
And there was no electricity. There was nobody around, and we both had our eyes shut, and we saw like somebody put a floodlight in between our heads.
We both stopped at the exact same time.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just our imagination.
And we're all, what was that? And I remember Sean's all, yeah, let's finish the prayer.
So we went back into the prayer and closed it out. But, and I can go back to where I had the attachment that was taken out of me. We've talked about it, and there's question if it was demonic or if it was just a malicious. Not relevant, but, with help from a psychic medium that we were friends with that taught us some stuff, he helped remove it. Well, I was supposed to fall asleep, and then it was going to happen. Well, before that, before I fell asleep, I could see with my mind's eye that there was battle.
Right.
I could see three angels. It was clear to me. They had the light. They had the wings. And I saw, to what I know today is to be Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael, obviously to cut ties and for healing, and I want to say Gabriel, to take whatever that was away. And it was a process, and I could feel that physically, that process. And that's where I really felt strong. And I'm a medium, so I used Oracle and tarot angel cards.
Right.
And that was how I kind of started my mediumship.
Now, what, just for the listeners who aren't very savvy on archangels, do you work with all of them? Do you bring in all of them? And I'm talking about your medium aspect, not ghost hunting. During your medium aspect, do you bring in all the archangels, or just ones that you work well with?
I don't really work with the archangels when I do my mediumship.
Okay.
What I do is I go directly to my higher self,
okay,
and have them
So you bypass essentially.
Yeah, it's angels are more, they're there protecting on a higher level. I'm going directly to the person's higher self and just communicating there.
Now, just real quick, there is mediums who do work with angels, correct?
Right. There is, but they're not using it for communicating with an individual.
Okay.
Angels are more for protecting, cutting the negative
Healing,
ties.
just for
yeah,
right.
just for those kind of things. When I'm doing a reading, I want to communicate with the person's loved one or their higher self. So it's not. I don't want to put levels on it, but
Right.
The angels are at a higher frequency, if you will.
Sure.
That doesn't have anything to do with our
Makes sense.
relationships and whatever we do in our lives.
Now, I want to say this to you because I haven't told you this yet, but I want your opinion on it.
Oh, great.
Or
You're going to try to nail me to the wall? Just kidding.
So I was talking to somebody recently. I'm not going to tell you who, but I was talking to somebody recently, and I was like, yeah, my best friend's a medium or a psychic medium. They're heavily into Christianity. So when I told them that, they said, oh, what did they say? They said, well, my take on that is when a medium is talking to the other person, they're talking to demonic. So, and I gave my opinion on it. Everybody's got their own opinion, but what do you say to that, or what do you think that is?
It goes back to what we've had on earlier podcasts. You're dealing with people, their own.
It's all right, dropping shit.
Don't get mad, throw things. We're dealing with people that have their own perception of life, and how the world is around them. It's their own reality, right? So, what do I say? That's their reality. I'm not going to try to convince them otherwise.
Have you had an instance with that, or ran into somebody like that?
Yeah, and they tried to push their beliefs, and I was like, well, that's fine. It was kind of funny because I was in just outside of Lilydale when I was in New York,
Right.
and these people were talking about Lilydale, and I was like, well, I'm staying there. And he looked at me like, oh shoot, and he was like a really strong Christian. I said, going back to the religious, in the Bible saying not to judge because you don't, and in my belief why you don't judge is because you don't know what a person's
Right.
perception is on their world and what their reality is.
Well, and you started in Christianity too, right?
Right, and I understood it. It was something that worked well for those individuals, and that's where I started feeling spirit. I would be in the pews, and when music would come, I could feel what I call angels. The Holy Spirit is what they called it, quote unquote. But I could feel it. It would bring in chills. I could physically feel the coldness. I could physically feel like where it made me feel really emotional. I could feel that. So I was feeling it when I was like 6, 7 years old.
Right.
So, but that told me that divine will go anywhere it wants to. It doesn't matter what religion it is. If you have beauty in your heart and you're looking to do the right thing, and that's why you're going. And if you have the right state of mind, it's going to happen. It doesn't matter.
So, and you said this was back in Lilydale, right?
When
that
I
certain
was talking
instance.
to the guy, yeah, it was definitely, he didn't, as soon as we were done talking, it was probably a half hour.
Right.
At least what he showed me is his perception was different.
Well, more often than not, do you find yourself having those conversations with people just day to day?
That more often than not, actually, it's really funny because I think people don't recognize the vibration that I give off, but more often than not, I end up getting into really personal conversations with people. And sometimes it throws me back because they'll tell me like their deepest, darkest secrets, and I'm like, you don't even know me. Why are you telling me these things, right? For an example, there was I can't say where it was from, but there was this woman that I was talking with, and she's telling me her whole life story and the trauma and the things that she was going through in her life, and I felt compelled to kind of help push healing to her, right?
Right.
Giving her good advice, just good vibes,
And even calling upon angels to help out,
yeah,
right?
absolutely, yeah, and knowing that angels were there for her because the poor lady had been through a lot of trauma in her life, and she was dealing with an illness. I won't go into it, but an illness that could take her life.
I think essentially it all comes down to what your belief system is and what your faith is.
Right.
If you don't have faith, I mean, you really don't have anything.
Right.
Nothing to hold on to, really. And I'm talking like, if anybody's had like a near-death experience or something that's just super, super scary, or they're scared for their lives, right? They hold on to something, or they pray to something, or they call out to something.
So I'm laughing right now because I was just thinking about when I was scared and when I had a near-death experience and I
Right.
felt like I blacked out. And a lot of stuff happened I don't remember, but I do remember a hand that looked like all light grabbed me and pulled me out of the water.
Right.
But I think I'd already drowned, but it was just all lit. So, and I think that was an angel.
Absolutely.
I really do. I think that they intervened. They're like, you've got some things to do.
You've got some work.
Yeah, it's with the new reality, paranormal, and whatever else. Really, just to help people.
But
That's the
that
bottom
was your
line.
faith too. I mean, even being so little, you still had that faith, you know.
Yeah.
And even for me, when I'm out in the field or whatever, and there's a really intense situation, I always call upon every single time Archangel Michael. You know,
And he shows up.
100%. And it's like it's a feeling of strength, if you will,
Right.
or there's a certain word for it, and I can't pinpoint what that is, but definitely a feeling of everything's gonna be all right.
Right.
Um,
So I want to talk about, like, there was a point in my life, and I won't go into detail what happened, but where I was basically at my knees going, God, I can't do this anymore. And when I went to my knees, I felt, I said, I can't, God, I need help. And as soon as that happened, I felt the feeling I felt when I was 5, 6 years old in the church.
resurfaced.
Yeah, it came in, and you could feel the embrace, the love, like true love, where it brought tears to my eyes. I was already, I was breaking down, but it was a shift in energy where it wasn't that. It was like, holy cow, whatever's around me is causing me to vibrate in such a way that it would cause my eyes to water. But it was so loving, it was so caring, it was so embracing. And was it an angel? I asked for God, but was it an angel?
I mean, could it be one and the same?
Yeah.
Absolutely, right. And that's the beautiful thing. Like, there's so many. The ultimate reality is reality
The new reality?
is you don't really know. I mean, you know to a sense. You know what I mean. You know what you're dealing with, or you know what's around you. But you honestly, you don't really know until you pass over, or you're in that realm, or you're able to see that realm like you are.
Right.
You
And,
know?
and it is, if it's right for the circumstances,
Right.
it just comes up.
Right.
If I'm supposed to work with the angels, it's pretty prominent. Again, there's a lot of guidance.
I do think everything that happens is supposed to happen, and we've said this multiple times.
Right.
But going back to what you said, we are guided and we're driven a certain way.
Right.
We have free will for sure, but there's definitely a path for us laid out.
That we chose.
We chose, exactly.
Right. In our higher self. When I talk about doing readings, again, I go directly to the higher self because this higher self made this fucked up plan we're in. Just kidding, but it's a pain in the butt. But so that's when that's why when I give the reading, it's all about the person's higher self,
Right.
and that's where I get the clearest message.
So, and I remember when you were developing, you've worked with angels, you've worked with guides, and you think the higher self is the best route for you, you personally.
For me, I work with angels because of who I am and what I deal with, and being so empathic, I work with angels to help me clear stuff.
Right.
Because unfortunately, with being vibrating at the level I get a lot of things that interfere with what I'm doing in my life. So I have to constantly bring in Archangel Michael.
Well, let's face it. I mean, how much negative shit do we deal with when we go, not only ghost hunting, but our freaking everyday jobs, right? We
Right.
hold on to all that, and especially being empathic, we feel all that.
Right.
But going to different locations, I mean, we feel everybody's, not just the spirits, but we feel everybody's shit that's there. And then on top of that, the spirits, and then who knows if we're dealing with a negative spirit, a malicious spirit, spirits who want to cling, or fucking demonic, whatever the hell you want to call it. We're taking on all of that because we're so empathic. And yeah, I mean, there's grounding and protection, but really you want the highest level of protection, and that's why we bring in Archangel Michael.
Right. And he is, you don't get any better than that. And I
Right.
heard that exactly from a reader when I was in Lilydale.
Right.
I told her I worked with him, and she's like, you don't get any better than that. I know that, and I know because we are gifted in the way we are. And again, I think people, if they pay attention to it, they have a level of it as well. But I think I needed that in my life because of how my life was. I'm going to write a book on all the shit that I went through. But, The real is I can look back and know that I was protected. I went through all of these things, but I'm still here today and I'm alive.
And you still got more shit to go through.
Let's do this shit. Because that's what life's about. It's all about learning. And because I'm stupid and want to be extreme,
But I mean, that's the thing, though. That's, if you notice, both of us, we do things to the extreme end.
we do.
You know,
We do.
jump off a fucking cliff. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Hey, what was it? The Rapids? That was freaking totally awesome.
Yeah, that was fun, huh? Right? Freaking level 5 rapids. Never done it before.
Let's do it.
Hey guys, as always, thanks for tuning in. It's The New Reality here. Go ahead and follow us on our social media. Just go straight to our website, thenewreality11.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and you can also find our podcast on there.
Sounds amazing. Hey guys, just let us know what you're thinking. Like I said, we're gonna do some adjustments on our website. Take a look.
Yeah.
See what we've done.
Yeah, if you need investigation or you need help, or even if you just want to freaking say what's up,
Yeah.
it'll be up later today. So
Well, we can talk about, we both also have abilities, Reiki as well as reading. So just take a look and see what we've updated.
yep. Thanks, guys.